Welcome back to Astrovision, Spirituality, and Tarot. So, as you know, we're on Neptune in the second house, and with the energy of Neptune being here, it can rather be interesting, I might say. It really can, because Neptune is known for being artistic and being intuitive, and somehow, some way, these people can also be extravagant when it comes to their things, but they're more so empathetic. They're very humble. They have a humble approach about the things that they obtain and the things that they have. Now, there are some downsides to this. You can be like Jupiter, where you do have some spiritual connection to your objects, and you're very nitpicky. This is the opposite energy of Virgo, so you can be very peculiar about certain things and place like a high regard on your items. So you can be the type of person not to allow people to sit on your white sofa because your white sofa is only for your tea parties. Or you can be the type of person not to allow someone to use your personal shower because you feel like there's some spiritual energy left behind from you or something like that. So with this energy being in the second house, when it comes to your objects and your things and the things that you place value on, there can be a spiritual connection there. There can just be some artistic connection as well. So when it comes to cooking, you're going to be very creative when it comes to doing things like that and really glamorizing those things. Neptune shines its brightest behind the scenes. This is the energy where you don't see how the object got to the result to where it can sparkle and glow, but everything that took for it to get to that point, Neptune had a hand in that. So with Neptune being in the second house, you're focused on your hobbies and things like that. Those artistic hobbies you have, being an author, writing those stories, those books, being an actor, maybe you're a singer, a dancer, whatever it is that you're artistically passionate about, you can make money from your hobbies. You do have a tendency to bring in a lot of wealth from your artistic hobbies, from being a healer, someone who can go out there and heal other people with your art, with your music, with playing the violin or the piano or whatever instrument it is. Because with Neptune here, you're definitely going to own some of those things. Also, you love to shop and buy sparkly things. You might overindulge in movies and music, anything dealing with the arts, and overspend on entertainment. So with that being said, it just can really help you escape. You in your head can really fantasize and get away and pretend that you're in some fantasy where you can really be your Neptunian self. This energy can also produce some laziness with everyday routines. You can fall into the habit of creating illusion, of not really asserting yourself on those practical manners. And this is a practical house. So when it comes to your objects, just pay your bills on time. Pay your bills on time. Make sure that you have those bills to where, you have extra money coming in. Because with this house, you can self-sacrifice and overindulge in the sparkly things and things that make you happy and really miss out on those practical opportunities and those good job opportunities too, because you can be the type to not really want to get your hands dirty because you live in like this fantasy world. You have these high expectations for things being around you, and for yourself you have high expectations. So with this energy, you really can play into those illusions and they can work for you again. Being an actor, being a singer, doing anything of the arts, then those illusions will very much so work for you. But when it comes to jobs and just being practical, Neptune cannot do the customer service jobs because you're going to spend your time talking to every John Doe and Jane Doe that comes your way. If they told you their cat got stuck in a tree over the weekend, now you're 15 minutes, lines backed up, and you're crying with them, you're holding their hand. This energy, you kind of have to be in the back. You kind of have to be gift wrapping the gifts, putting the bow, twirling around with the bow, playing around with the music in the back. You kind of have to do that, or display the mannequins, restock the shelf. Not even restock the shelves. That's too boring for Neptune here. You have to be doing something that is artistic, where you can escape at times but still pull yourself together enough to finish the project. So, those practical jobs just may not be for you. They just may not be for you. Something where you can be artistic and use your intuitive abilities to help heal others or entertain others, but more so healing, because that's, Neptune is a sign of empathy. It's a sign of being, just open and being vulnerable. So more so on the side of helping people heal and get to a point to where they can, feel satisfied to share their story as well and to be as artistic as you are. And you also need to pay attention to the lies, the cheating, and the thievery, the trickery, all of that. Pay attention to that, because you have a habit of isolating yourself. You have a habit of falling into certain patterns that you're used to. And so you can just lack some awareness when you go into other situations, when you go into other neighborhoods. Maybe you're not used to putting your guard up from the neighborhood you come from, or maybe you're not used to taking your guard down from the neighborhood you come from. So with that, you can also deal with being stolen from. Your ideas, even items that you have, can go missing. You know what I'm saying? You can self-sacrifice, self-loathe, and really deprecate. And that can play out in many ways. It doesn't have to be something negative. It could be something positive that turns into a negative thing. Like, you get a new phone and maybe you're not a social media person and you learn how to work social media, but then you end up spending too much time on it. And maybe you start sitting too close to the TV and now, you're sacrificing your eyesight. Whatever it can be, it can really play out here with Neptune. Also Pluto as well. Pluto can also be one of those destructive planets. You place a high value on just your ideas in general, kind of like how Sagittarius can place their value on their philosophies and their education and things like that. You place a high value on your spiritual beliefs, but also your imagery and your artistic ways. That has a key role in your self-esteem. Looking like, this crafted image that you have in your head. Neptune does deal with body dysmorphia and transforming into, taking on a different identity, or, not even remembering who you are as a person. You can really sacrifice that here as well. You can really place a value on, cosmetic enhancements, keeping up with the Botox, keeping up with the spa treatments and getting the mud baths and different things like that. Neptune in the second house, you're all for that stuff. And the second house is a little high maintenance already. So Neptune being here, that's like high maintenance on like crack. And speaking of that, you definitely find value in those things too. The paraphernalia, the drugs, and things like that. You definitely find value in those type of liquid spirits and party favors. And that really has to deal with you needing to escape and really tap into that other side when you're like, at a state of consciousness from these tools that help you get there. They allegedly claim that, you can, it's an easier way to merge that link with spirituality in the material world. I don't know how true that is to be, but Neptune individuals, they love their party favors, love to experiment with that. So, stay on the yellow brick road, do not get distracted, and keep a close eye on your items. If you sign contracts, pay very good attention to what you're reading, things like that, job endeavors, college tuition, anything that's pertaining to your finances. With Neptune here, you just have to be a little bit more thorough, because things just may not appear how they are intended to or how you want them to be. They just may not appear that way. So you may think that you're getting a loan for XY amount of dollars, and then you think the interest is, 0.2%, and you find out that the interest was actually reversed. There's some writing in the contract to where there was loopholes, and now you have to pay 20% interest on an XY dollar loan that darn on well that you really can't afford to do. So with Neptune here, you really can be put in positions of being a victim and having other people feel sorry for you. And that's why I did say earlier, this is the energy of being kept with Neptune being here, you can have a partner who wants to take care of you and really locks your ass up in a castle like you're Belle or you're Rapunzel. And, you may have everything you want, but you ain't socializing with who you want to socialize with. You're not a part of any, groups that you want to be a part of. You may lack quality and value in certain things that other people place quality and value in with Neptune being here. Especially with being a kept person or with you probably keeping someone else. You could sacrifice your whole goddamn checkbook just to keep your wife happy, just to keep your man happy with this placement being here. You really can be that workaholic while your man is just at home playing the Xbox, or while your girl is at home shopping on Amazon, running it up on eBay. So with this placement, you have to be careful of that. You definitely attract those people who need to be loved at all costs. They're going to be fully vulnerable toward you. You are also going to attract those people who are going to want to take from you and steal your items for some reason, because with Neptune, you're so vulnerable. So you're pretty much a care bear. You're pretty much open to share with everyone. This is that energy that, when you were younger, you probably shared with everyone. When it came to your objects and your items, you probably shared with everyone. But when it came to you, you probably didn't get that same respect back. That probably was not reciprocated, and you still have this same codependent thing going on to where, you're so giving, you're so willing, you put everything out there, but 9 times out of 10, you're not getting half of the things that you put out there back. You're not even receiving that back from the people that you place value in and the things that you place value in. Sometimes you may not see that be successful. Not saying, you may not become successful. I'm saying with this energy, this can be, the type of person to buy a booklet of lottery tickets and sit in front of the TV while the Wheel of Fortune is on and just scratch away, and just because they see other people winning on TV, they think that they're going to hit too. So with this energy, you just have to be very careful of that because you lack some practicality. You have great spiritual judgment, okay? Other people are going to come to you when they need to see if their house is haunted or see if, there's something going on with their lover. If they need to astral project some shit to their lover who's in the military across the sea, they're going to come to you because they know you can do that. You're capable of doing that. If they need a song written, if they need some comfort when it comes to entertainment, they need to be felt sexy and be glamorized with the makeup and the cosmetics and the jewelry, they're going to come to you. But to build a house, to stitch together something, you can do surgery. You can do surgery with some great aspects to some surgical placements, some placements dealing with surgery. But no one's going to come to you to ask them to build a house. No one's going to come, they may come to you with the idea for the imagery of the house, but no one is going to come to someone with Neptune in the second house and ask them to build them a house or ask them to do anything using practical manners and practical skills, because you have shown time and time, unless this is well aspected, but someone with this energy, they can show time and time again that they're not reliable when it comes to those practical manners and what people place value on that is considered practical. Neptune can really show up and make things kind of worse than they already were. So with this energy, just pay attention to that. This still is a good energy to have if it's well aspected. You could be a singer, you could be a model, you work behind the scenes and still be in cahoots with all of those people, and still be in great partnership and great collaboration with people in these fields pertaining to the arts, pertaining to entertainment, anything dealing with cosmetics. You most definitely will have your hand in that pot, and you'll be very, very successful at that. So with that being said, you guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for my next videos that we have coming up. We are jumping into the third house, which is the house of Gemini, and if you are a Gemini, comment below. If you have any placements in the third house, comment below. That is the next house that we are entering in the astrological wheel. So stay tuned for that, you guys, and I hope that you all have a great day, you know, whatever time it is. I hope that you guys have a great day and enjoy yourselves, and I will see you in my next video.